found a stick in the middle of the road. He tucked it into his pack for safekeeping and thought it might make good kindling for a fire that night. A little while later, after an unexpected burst of rain, he saw a woman struggling to build a cooking fire to make food for her 3 starving children. Her wood was still damp from the sudden squall, but Rat's wood was dry from being inside his pack. "Hey, check this out," instructed Rat. "I got just the thing you need." And with that, he offered the poor woman his dry stick, and she built a wonderful warm fire, and in payment, she offered Rat a bit of raw dough. Rat continued down the road with his fluffy dough, congratulating himself on being quite the shrewd business creature. That dough would last him a week, and all for one dry stick. Well, a little way down the road, Rat came across a potter's hut. From inside, he heard the most pitiable noise. When Rat looked in, he found the sound coming from 2 crying girls. "What's with all the woeful lamentations?" he asked. That's how rats talk. Ask anyone. The oldest girl told him their parents had gone off to town but were late coming back, and the girls had no food with which to soothe their aching bellies. "Well, ain't this your lucky day?" Rat asked, smiling. "I just happen to have a bit of dough here. It's all yours. Knock yourselves out." The girls wiped their eyes and expressed their gratitude by giving Rat a fresh pot from their parents' kiln. But once again, Rat continued down the road, lugging the pot awkwardly, but still giving himself quite the pat on the back for being an adroit wheeler and dealer. A pot for a bit of dough? Genius. A few minutes later, Rat, huffing and puffing from the weight of the pot, saw a truly unusual sight. A poor farmer was milking his cow, but not into a bucket. Rather, he was aiming the milk into a pair of old shoes. What little milk the shoes caught took on a most unpleasant flavor and aroma. "Let me guess," said Rat. "No bucket." "Oh, no, I have 1,000,000 buckets," exclaimed the exasperated farmer. "What a nearsighted rodent you are. Can't you see them? I have buckets everywhere. Buckets here, buckets there. I'm up to my shoulders in buckets. I only milk this poor cow here into old shoes because it gives me the chuckles." All right, there's no need for sarcasm," said Rat. And it wasn't long before the smelly old shoes were replaced with Rat's new pot. And in return, and with apologies for sass, the farmer offered Rat some of his milk. "I like milk just fine," Rat replied, "but a stomach full of milk for a brand new pot? Not on your life there, Slappy. Here's the deal. If I hadn't come along, you'd have milk in a shoe. And no one wants milk that tastes like feet. That's just nasty. Then that tired-looking cow of yours would have been pretty much worthless. So I think the fair trade would be I give you my pot, you give me the whole cow. Don't you think?" Well, that didn't seem fair at all to the farmer, obviously, but, he'd been thinking just that morning about retiring to his cousin's place in Karachi, and he thought, what the hey? And he shrugged and tied his cow to Rat's leg. Rat took off down the road at a hasty clip, but before he could congratulate himself on his skill as a ruthless negotiator, he reached the literal end of his rope and nearly dislocated his hip. The cow had not budged. Instead, the cow shuddered and wandered off on its banal bovine business of finding grass to eat. Seeing no compelling alternative, Rat followed the cow as if this had been his plan all along. The cow grazed all afternoon, and by nightfall, when the cow finally lay down to sleep under the moon, Rat had endured enough hiking through the grass for a lifetime. But just as he closed his eyes, a wedding procession on its way to the big city stopped in that very same clearing. What a ruckus! 3 groomsmen hopped out of the wagon to make a fire and cook rice. It didn't appear to be cheering them up. "We've been lugging this girl's stuff around all day," one griped. "She had enough bags for a sultan and his retinue of brides. My lumbar region is killing me." Now, after 10 hours on the road, all we have to eat is this piddly little serving of rice. Rat, of course, was on the job. It had already occurred to him that his strategy of following the cow around all day was unsustainable. So, he offered the cow as meat for the wedding party, and they accepted gratefully, because steak is delicious. And when it was seared to perfection, they offered Rat a small piece of a ribeye. It's terrific, I'm sure, said Rat. But let's be realistic. A little piece of steak for a whole cow, you must have me confused with an idiot. I, my friends, am the toughest wheeler dealer in all the land, so you're going to have to do better than that. For what I gave you, I expect nothing less than to marry the bride-to-be in your party. Well, the groomsmen, realizing they were in over their head, decided to leave the matter to fate. Good, they said. Then you can carry your luggage. And with that, they packed their fresh meat, and they commenced down the trail. Now, the bride-to-be wasn't thrilled about getting abandoned in the woods with a rodent. So, when Rat offered to take her to his house, she rolled her eyes, but accepted. Together, they slid all her luggage to Rat's home a short distance away. There was a new problem. You seem very nice, said the girl, but there's no way I'm fitting down that squeezy little hole. Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything, said Rat, miffed, but you do seem to exceed the capacity here, if you take my meaning, so I'll tell you what. I'll dig my warren wide enough to hold you tomorrow, but for right now, I'm bushed. Any chance you could pass the night al fresco, so to speak? If you mean outside, she said, then yes, but I am pretty hungry. It will be difficult for me to sleep over the gurgle of my own rumbly-tumbly. What do they make you people? Rat muttered, griping to himself, but he dove into his warren to find something for her to eat. A minute later, he emerged with 3 peas. There, he said. 1 pea, 2 peas, 3 peas, you're welcome. Buonasera. I don't think I'll make much of a wife on 3 peas a day, the girl said reasonably. The caloric intake couldn't possibly sustain me in any serious domestic capacity. Are you sure you don't have another cow around here somewhere? All right, look, declared Rat. Help me round up some of these wild plums. You can eat some of those, and we'll take what's left to market tomorrow, and I can use my amazing bargaining skills to score you some groceries. Well, that seemed fine with the bride-to-be, so that's exactly what they did. The next day, Rat awoke bright and early, and they headed into town. What Rat did not know, however, was that this beautiful young woman was actually a princess, and her family, hearing rumors the bridal party had been scattered, was also in town to search for her. When the girl's mother, the queen, saw her, they rushed into each other's arms, and you can imagine the emotional brouhaha that ensued. Hey, said Rat. Enough of the waterworks, all right? I enjoy familial felicitations as much as the next guy, but let's get down to brass tacks. I traded a whole cow for this lady, Your Majesty. She'll be my better half by this time next Tuesday, you dig? I ain't about to get taken advantage of, even by your Royal Highness, begging your pardon. With astonishing equanimity, the Queen said, very well. I suppose one groom is as good as another. Luckily for you, we've already prepared for you a wonderful guest room, right near the hearth. It's as warm as you please. Please, hop inside, noble Rat, and lay down for a while. And when you've rested, we can plan for your future. Yeah, that's more like it, Rat agreed, and he bounded into the so-called guest room with a grunt of satisfaction. But I'm sorry to tell you that Rat wasn't always the most observant of creatures, and the room the Queen prepared for him was really an oven. So it wasn't very long at all after the Queen slammed the door behind Rat that things got profoundly uncomfortable in his new quarters. Hey, what gives? Said Rat. It's starting to smell like old toast in here. Degree by degree, the room grew hotter and hotter, and Rat soon felt his fur go as dry as the stick that got him into this business in the first place. Let me out, Rat cried desperately, only to hear the Queen and Princess laugh themselves silly outside. Are you sure you want out, said the Queen, because the only way I'd be willing to open this door is if you annul the deal for the hand of my daughter in marriage. Annul? I don't know what that means, Rat admitted, but I'm about 2 seconds from bursting in a flame here, so why don't I cut to the chase? If you let me out, I promise never to bother you again. All deals are off, I say. O-F off. And with that, the royal family opened the oven door and let Rat escape to the relative safety of his snug little hole in the ground. But Rat was true to his word. He never made another unfair deal again for the rest of his life. And he often reminded himself, it's like I always say, fair is fair and square is square. And only 1 star on Yelp for the Royal Guest Room. And even that, I think, is quite generous.